The Poppy AI gold rush is here and it's creating new millionaires every single day. While most creators are still using basic ChatGPT, smart creators are actually leveraging visual AI workflows like Poppy AI to generate multiple 5, 6, or even 7 figures every single month. And if you're like 99% of content creators, you're probably still copying and pasting prompts into ChatGPT like it's 2022. But here's the thing, I've been using Poppy AI for the past 6 months and I can tell you it's the best shot you have at creating a profitable content business since social media first started. And you don't even have to just use it for content. So today I'm breaking down 6 steps that I'm personally using to get rich with Poppy AI in 2025, and you can even follow this if you're a beginner. So first thing you need to understand is that Poppy AI isn't just another AI tool, it's a visual content intelligence system. Now I'm sure you've seen ChatGPT give horrible scripts, fake answers, horrible responses, and to be honest, this is mostly because ChatGPT has no data. And when I say no data, I mean it's just lacking the information to create the best output possible. And with Poppy AI, you can actually create a bunch of information boxes and then connect it to the AI chat so that I can create the best output. So with Poppy AI, you're going to create what I call content DNA boards. So here's how you're going to do it. You're going to take your top 5 competitors, paste their valid content into Poppy, and connect it to an AI chat. And now you can just ask it to analyze all the patterns that it's noticing. And the good thing about Poppy is that you can connect a bunch of different sources like YouTube videos, Facebook ads even, TikTok videos, any piece of content, even a tweet or a LinkedIn post, you can just connect it to the AI chat. I personally use this for the AI niche, and because I had all of the data beforehand, it was able to create the best output possible. Step 2 is to actually train Poppy AI on your voice, because now that you know what it is, you need to know how to leverage it so it can actually sound like you and pretty much be like a clone. So what you want to do here is actually upload 10 to 15 of your best performing posts, videos, or even voice recordings, or like maybe previous content that you have, just so it can actually understand how you speak and your tone of voice and your brand voice. Then you want to connect them to the chat and ask, how do I talk and what makes my content unique? Things like this. Then the AI is going to give you a detailed breakdown of your tone, style, and what makes you different. Now, when you actually create content, it's going to sound authentically just like you, not some generic AI bot like ChatGPT does. But that's because ChatGPT has no data, unlike Poppy, where you can actually drag the data to the AI chat, connect it, and just give it all that data. Step 3 is to build multiple viral content systems, and this is where it gets crazy because you can do what I call content multiplication. And this is where you take one viral video from your niche, connect it to your personal voice training, and if you're doing short form where you can add things like negative hooks, positive hooks, all the different types of hooks, all the different types of amplifiers, all the different types of CTAs, just everything that would be needed for a short form piece of content. And if you're doing LinkedIn or Twitter posts, you would pretty much do the same thing, just tailor it to that piece of content. This way you have an AI bot that can generate multiple pieces of content that sound just like you, and it pretty much follows the exact frameworks and the systems that you follow because you connected it to the chat. And this can be like your own personal in-house content team, because what usually takes 20 hours, a whole team, a bunch of money, can now just take 20 minutes with just a couple texts, pressing enter, and boom, you have a bunch of content that's tailored and proven to work. Step 4 is to automate the research process, because here's what most people don't know. With Poppy, you can research an entire industry. I mean, this is how I actually started to learn about YouTube. I pretty much connected like 50 plus videos in one single group, connected it to an AI chat, started asking it questions, and I learned about YouTube and everything about YouTube in less than like a day. So here's how you can do it. You can just create a group of YouTube videos, market research documents, AI consultant courses, things like this, everything about your niche, and just connect it to an AI chat. Now, instead of spending hours researching trends, you can just ask the Poppy board, what content should I create this week? And it'll give you data-backed recommendations. And you don't even have to use the strategy just for content. If you're trying to build SOPs, maybe you're trying to learn something to train your team, something like this for your business, you can actually just connect a bunch of content, or maybe just like a course for AIs to transcribe. You can put that into AI, you can connect it, and you can just ask the AI, create me an SOP, create me a checklist, create me a team training for my business, and then just explain what your business is, and then boom, you have a whole entire SOP on something that you don't even really know about, but AI does because you gave it all the research documents, all of the data behind it. Now, step 5 is actually scale with visual workflows, because unlike ChatGPT or Claude AI, these other AI tools, you can actually see what's in front of you with Poppy. You have everything laid out in front of you like a mind map, so you can take advantage of this and create different boards and use it for different projects like client work, personal projects, maybe different content types, etc. And this kind of creeps into step 6, but if you're trying to sell these Poppy workflows, you can actually just, share a demo with your audience in the videos. Show them exactly what you can ask in the chat box, what answer it's going to give, and the amount of data that you connected to the chat, and why it's so valuable, why it's so resourceful, why they should actually use it, and why they should actually pay for it if you're trying to sell it, of course. So just show them why it's useful, show them why it's valuable, and you can start scaling with these visual workflows, because you can create unlimited amounts, and you can pretty much just ROI off Poppy AI like times 1,000 if you just use it properly. Now, step 6, last but not least, you need to monetize your Poppy skills. So finally, here's how to turn your skills or your AI knowledge into real money. There's a bunch of different ways, but But the first way is to actually offer Poppy AI setup services slash templates to businesses, and this can be for like 2K to 5K per client on average. Another way you can do this is actually to create content strategies using your visual workflows, because as you know, if you share a Poppy board, no one can actually steal the assets that you have connected to the AI chat. So you can just upload the assets that you have in your brain. You can just upload that into Poppy, you can connect it to the AI chat, and you can share it all around to everyone, and they won't know what's in that document because, well, they can't click it, they can't download it. It's actually pretty locked. So that's a good thing about Poppy, and you can actually just sell these templates to other people for like 1K to 3K on average if it's really good. Or this can even be like an additional service or an additional like bonus to like your offer. Now the third way is to actually offer content creation systems to your clients. If you're a content agency, this is going to be super useful, but you can use Poppy systems and you could just leverage that and sell them to your clients, or you can use it on the back end and just sell your clients the content services. And I personally know creators making over 20K every single month just selling these Poppy services to other businesses. It's pretty insane if you just use this properly. Look, if you implement even half of what I've showed you today, you'll have a content system that's working for you 24/7 and consistently generates you income. And this isn't even about just using AI, it's about building a visual content system that can scale. So if you want to get started with Poppy AI, you can click the first link in the description. It's a special discount link and you get a huge discount code with that. And you'll get a complete setup guide for free. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.